numerology.
Here we go.
F O.
All right. Back.
Hi.
And yeah, sorry about that. I was getting like super thirsty.
Using symbols, the Illuminati have been slowly
Oh,
pushing
you some
humanity
water?
toward an ultimate goal.
Yeah, well, I
And
got
to find
peaches
out
and
what it
cream
is,
water.
just open your
Here
wallet.
we go.
Yum.
That is
I only like regular
delicious.
water, to be honest with you.
And passing them around our entire
Peaches and
lives.
cream for you.
It seems ordinary, but if you look closely, you'll see symbols that tell a story of a hidden power structure working toward a specific
Hidden.
goal. There's the pyramid, ancient and enduring strength, but it's unfinished, suggesting work in progress. We know this because of the Latin phrase above it, annuit coeptis, meaning
I heard this a lot, and dude, my brain does not retain this information at all.
I know.
Yeah.
he
I'm the
favors
same
our
way.
undertakings or he favors our work. But who is he?
Yeah, I
Some say it
weird,
means
Joe.
God, but the word is ambiguous. There are 13 steps on the pyramid. The number 13 is all over the dollar bill. The obvious explanation is the 13 colonies, but
Yeah.
13 is an important number to the Illuminati, whose leaders come from 13 families.
Oh.
Then there's the all-seeing eye, the eye of providence. It's said to be God, but the symbol predates Christianity. The Egyptian eye of Horus meant protection and power. According to their mythology, Horus lost his eye in battle, and the eye was later restored by the god Thoth.
Thoth. I know that guy.
You do. Thoth is the ancient Egyptian god of wisdom and is said to have written the Emerald Tablet, a text about alchemy and the occult. We have a whole episode on it. It allegedly contains the recipe for the Philosopher's Stone, the secret to immortality.
Link to the gross recipe for immortality down below. Literally. Yeah.
We'll have to watch that
The
later because
all-seeing
I'm like,
eye
what does it
watches
mean,
all of
gross?
us and oversees the Illuminati's unfinished work. The work is written in Latin under the pyramid, Novus Ordo Seclorum, meaning New Order of the Ages.
A new world order.
Yep.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future
The
generations
red voice, the
a
red
new
face is
world
kind of
order.
crazy.
George Bush was telling the truth.
I guess he was.
Yeah, except when he said no new taxes. That was a lie.
It was. So New Order of the Ages isn't just a phrase. It's their ultimate goal, a one-world government, a new world order under their control.
I think the New World Order is emerging.
When really a new world order can be created, it's a great opportunity.
The phrase that I often use myself, that we needed a new world order.
We're in the midst of one of the historic global transformations that is going to eventually lead to a new world order.
And then there's a bunch of crazy people who take these rational sounding things and they'll be like, they mean it.
Want another clue? Look
All
closely
new.
at the upper
Right.
right corner of the bill. Hidden near the number 1 is a tiny owl, the symbol of wisdom, secrecy, and surveillance, and the mascot of Bohemian Grove, where elites engage in occult-like practices.
Man. They just have a lot of cool shit going on there. I thought the
That's
owl was weird
crazy.
This
enough.
goes back to the occult with these people.
Always. And that's scary. These symbols are both obvious and invisible. For most, they blend into the background. But if you know where to look, they tell a story of secrecy and manipulation. But why reveal this? Because symbols have the power to shape thought and guide behavior. Every time you use a dollar bill, you engage with this hidden network of control. Every dollar spent brings them closer to completing the project they started 1,000 years ago.
Oh, 1,000 years? How could that be? Who started this?
Well, here's another hint.
Okay.
Whoa, what's this?
The Baphomet
That's
is
what
a
I'm
figure
saying.
with a goat's head and
Oh,
wings.
dude.
It's both
This is what I was talking about. Baphomet. That's what you thought they were worshiping. This is the Alex Jones conspiracy for real.
Oh, shit.
male
Yeah.
and female. It represents the duality of light and darkness, good and evil, human and beast. And the gesture it's making is known as above, so below, symbolizing the connection between the spiritual and material worlds.
As above, so below?
That's also from the Emerald Tablet.
Right.
The
Yeah.
Baphomet often appears with a pentagram, another symbol used in pagan and occult practices.
So the Illuminati are flying goat men? Goat women? goat, well, I don't want to misgender them. The Illuminati are flying goat people?
No.
Oh.
To find the origin of the Illuminati, we have to trace symbols back through history and find the connections. Take a look at this.
What the hell am I looking at here?
That's Starbucks' original logo.
The Illuminati is Starbucks. Now it makes sense why a cup of coffee is $5.
No, Starbucks is not the Illuminati, but their old logo provides another clue. Look what happens when we turn it upside down.
Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. That's a goat.
It's a Baphomet. Now, originally, Starbucks said the design came from a 16th century Norse woodcut of a two-tailed mermaid. The problem is,
I would have never known that.
Me neither. I just keep looking at this and I'm just watching this like, Jesus Christ, bro. You have to really think in a circle. Start this conspiracy theory, and there's people out here just like, well, have you ever seen this?
I know I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I'm not like an extreme one. Like I'm a casual one, like everybody else is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
there's no such thing
I'm
as a
over here
16th
like
century Norse
casual,
woodcut.
casual
That design was
conspiracy
taken
theorists
from the
compared to
Dictionary
like
of
the experts
Symbols
over here.
by J. E. Thurlow, a book containing many occult images. It was created just a few years after the first mention of the Baphomet in history. The year was 1307. That year marked the beginning of the Illuminati and the end of the Knights Templar.
Hey. We could track down the Illuminati to 1307. Crazy. I mean, I'm just watching this on
Skeptics
baffled.
dismiss the existence of the Illuminati, but they were a real
feel that.
historical organization.
Is a real organization.
Hang on, let me set this up.
Sure, go
In the
on.
12th century, a group of warrior monks
Okay, that's cool.
pledged to keep Christians safe on the journey from Europe to Jerusalem.
Knights Templar link down in your mama's cookie jar.
I don't know what that
And the
means.
Knights did keep the pilgrims safe. It was in their best interest. The pilgrims were also their customers. The Knights Templar innovated a revolutionary new financial system. Wealthy noblemen could deposit funds at any Templar commandery in Europe and withdraw them in Jerusalem using a letter of credit. This innovation made
That's
them very,
dope, dude.
very rich. Soon, the
That's
Knights Templar were a
fucking
powerful
smart as hell, bro.
multinational corporation. They had more armed troops than any sovereign nation and more wealth than any king. They
I didn't
owned
know
hundreds of
this at all.
castles and thousands of
That's
miles of
dope as hell.
land from France to the Middle East. In 1307, King Philip IV of France was so indebted to the Knights, he knew only one way out: destroy them. So he had the Knights charged with heresy, including worshipping Baphomet. Their leaders were hunted, imprisoned, and some were executed. Their wealth and land were seized, and the order was officially disbanded. But the Knights Templar didn't disappear. They split into smaller groups across Europe. In Scotland, they found refuge under King Robert the Bruce, who was excommunicated by the church and welcomed the Templars. The Knights Templar helped the Scots defeat the English and then integrated with Scottish society. But they
Wow.
kept practicing their rituals in secret, this time under a different name.
What names?
You think this is true?
Sorry, I had to use the bathroom. Like I was peeing while he was explaining that, and then I just heard you say, "Wow."
Yeah, yeah.
What'd he say?
Did you hear about the Knights Templar part?
No.
So essentially, Knights Templar invented baking.
Yeah.
So yeah. So what happened is, so they invented this thing where you could deposit in a Knights Templar place over here and withdraw money in Jerusalem using a letter of credit. Which
Oh,
gave them a
wow.
lot of power where they bought castles and land all over the place. Then this one king was so indebted to him that his only answer was to destroy them. So then he was like, all right. So they started getting hunted down and killed. And then they found solace, or they found solace under like a king called Bruce from Scotland who let them join up with him. And then they used them to defeat some other army anyway. And then they integrated
Wow.
like into Scottish society.
That's crazy.
Well,
Yeah,
when
you're talking
Rosslyn
about, like,
Chapel in Scotland was
the
being
first
built in
banks and shit.
1446, it required a lot of people with expertise working with brick and stone. You know who those people are?
Never heard of him.
Masons.
Yep.
They brought the stonemasons into this.
The Lodge of Edinburgh, or Mary's Chapel Number 1, is one of the oldest Masonic temples in the world. It has
Wow.
official records going back to 1599, but the building has been in continuous use since the 12th century, maybe by the Knights, maybe by the Masons, maybe by both. Although the Knights Templar were officially gone for 100 years, Rosslyn Chapel is full of Masonic and Templar symbols.
It makes sense if
The
they're being
cross
hunted, they
patay, or
would
the
go
Templar
underground.
cross, is everywhere. You'll find the pentagram as well as a hexagram, also known as the Seal of Solomon, and 2 poor soldiers on a horse. Remember, the Knights
Huh.
Templar were officially called the Poor Fellow Soldiers of Christ and the Temple of Solomon. For a Christian church, there's a lot of pagan and occult imagery. The chapel was commissioned by Sir William Sinclair. His tomb is there. His family is closely connected to the Freemasons. One of his descendants was elected the first Grand Master of the Grand Lodge of Scotland.
That's absolutely crazy. And on that note, I'm gonna blue ball everybody and just be like, on that note, and I would highly recommend you going and watching the rest of the video from the Y-Files. That's super interesting, but I'm officially dying now.
You're tired?
Yeah, tired and gassy. It's time to
Oh.
go for sure.
Okay.
All right. Well, have a good night, guys. See you on the next one, and I'll post. Bye. Bye, Megan. Hey.
Well, have a good night, Dick.
Oh,
What?
yeah, have a good night.